joining us on Bourbon Taste-Offs. This is episode number 79, and it is March, and March is known for March Madness. However, we want to make it known for a more important reason, and it is MS Awareness Month. And MS stands for multiple sclerosis, and that is what we're going to be talking about. We had a guest, Jordan, come in because it hit home to her. Her daughter has MS, and so it's just very important that we all are aware, and we really kind of want to donate as well. One of the distilleries that does donate a lot is Buffalo Trace. So we are going to do a Stagg, which is made by Buffalo Trace. So we're doing a Stagg tasting. It's all going to be 2025 batches.
Yep.
So it's A, B, C, and D batches of Stagg in front of us. So I'm really looking forward to this.
We'll struggle through it so you don't have to.
Yes. Yes. The struggle bus is real.
Yes, it is. I'm one of your hosts. I'm Todd.
I'm Ryan.
I'm Chris.
I'm Don.
And Ryan, you are new to the show. Thank you so much for coming on. What is your story? What is your bourbon story?
Yeah, first off, thanks for having me. Really happy to be here. My bourbon story really kind of started maybe 6 to 7 years ago. I really kind of started in Scotch whiskey probably about 20 years ago. It made that transition. I was in the Army for a while. I had to go to Kentucky for this course. Had a ton of time on the weekends, so I figured, you know what, I'm going to check out some distilleries. One of the distilleries I ended up going to was Four Roses. That was one of the first visits I did. Maybe not the greatest visit. It's something a little bit, here nor there. But I love the fact that they were so transparent in all the mash bills, all the different yeast strains that they used, and it really kind of opened me up to all the different makeups that they can use to give bourbon all these complex and different flavors. And I just kind of got the hook in from there.
What a fantastic start, because you're right. Four Roses is very transparent with what they have going on with their different batches and their different yeast strains.
Yep.
And it really does make you aware that there are so many different variables when it comes to bourbon.
Yeah.
Yeah. That is amazing. That's a great start to the bourbon venture and journey. Yeah. So
I mean, I wish I got to start with 4 Staggs, but
you and I both, I know.
Yeah.
Let's let people in on what these different barrels or bottles are, and here are the different bottles in this episode. The bottle lineup in this MS Awareness Month episode. In glass 1 is Stagg 25D. It is 129.2 proof. Donate. In glass 2 is Stagg 25B at 126.9 proof. Donate. In glass 3 is Stagg 25A, which is 126.5 proof. Donate. And in glass 4 is Stagg 25C at 125.6 proof. Donate. And we're back, and we're going to start out by rolling to find out not only what order we're going to be tasting these in, but also who has the extra vote, because there's an even amount of people, and we need to find out who is the tiebreaker vote. So new to the show always gets the roll. So first of all, we're going to find out what is the order is. So if you want to roll that 3-sided, whatever that number is going to go against 4.
we got a 2.
So 2 is going to go against 4, meaning 1 and 3. So we always start with 1. So 1 and 3 will start. And then, Ryan, if you could roll this 4-sided, we're going to find out who gets the extra vote.
Ah, there you go. 4.
Chris gets the extra vote.
There you go.
Well done, Chris. You're just sitting there and you're already winning.
I know, that's all.
Winning.
All I do is win no matter what.
There you go.
I like that song. I usually don't think of you when I hear it, but... All right, we're sitting here with Jordan Lewick. Jordan, what is your situation? How did you get involved with all this?
Well, first I want to say thank you for having me. This is great. My first podcast, so forgive me if I look very uncomfortable. So actually my involvement started over 20 years ago. A very close family member was diagnosed with MS. Back then there wasn't, very good testing, so it did take a long time for her to get diagnosed. And more recently, in 2023, my daughter was diagnosed with MS at the age of 15. So
Wow.
It was very unexpected, but I will say the MS community is an amazing community if you have to be a part of it. It was unfortunate, but I'm glad I got to meet all the people. Rob, who is the director of the MS Society here in Wisconsin, he took us under his wing and gave us all the resources. And then just last year, my daughter was the honoree at the MS Walk.
Oh.
And we raised over $26,000, and our team was the largest in the nation with over 240 members. And the second team was Bank of America in New York. So
Wow.
just that, like when we were on that stage and we just looked out and just saw like all the people that were there for my daughter, it was amazing. So she knows she has a lot of people in her corner. And, I want to make sure every other MS warrior feels the same.
Wow, that is fantastic. Jordan, what is MS?
So MS is multiple sclerosis. It's autoimmune disease that attacks your central nervous system. So basically, your immune system attacks your nerves, like the barrier of your nerves and your spinal cord and your brain, and causes damage, which you will hear the word lesion. So my daughter had multiple lesions on her brain and her spinal cord. And with those lesions, it causes, there's no two MS patients that are the same, kind of like Bourbon. They're all different. So depending on where that lesion is or where the damage is, your symptoms will vary. So like hers was, she had numbness in her arm. Some people have eye issues. Some people have cognitive. Some people just fatigue. So it just varies, and that makes it very hard to diagnose, because some people, I think, just brush it off. Oh, I'm just tired, or I'm a little unstable, it's nothing. But early diagnosis is the key to a better life, to avoid mobility issues and all that.
Okay. So it is something that if you catch it earlier, it's better.
Yeah, so her doctor said the first 5 years is imperative, let's get it under control, because that will help in the long term.
Okay.
So.
And do you think that you caught it early enough? I mean, do you think you got it?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
Okay, that's good. That's good to hear.
Yeah.
So like you said, the symptoms vary person to person, so that making it hard to diagnose. I guess at what point, what did they see that made them actually jump to check for that? And what is the testing that they do for that? Because I'm assuming nowadays with the way insurance is, you can't just go and, hey, just test me for MS and this and this and this and this and just see what I have.
Right. So with her, like I said, she had numbness in her arm, but then so we went to urgent care, and she was a competitive dancer, so I thought just a pinched nerve. Went to urgent care, just take some Tylenol. If it persists, go to primary. We went to the primary, and I believe that night before, she said her toes kind of went numb. So if we didn't say that, and it was just the arm, I think they would have just brushed us off, but that is too far of a, too far apart. So she's like, let's get an MRI. So then immediately we got an MRI, and then same day you get the results, on your My Chart, and it says multiple lesions. And then from there, you can have lesions and it doesn't mean anything. Then it's a spinal tap is pretty much the
Fun.
Yeah. So because she was symptomatic, she had to go spend 3 days in the hospital and do a high steroid treatment, and that's where she got the spinal tap, just to roll out. It could be other stuff. Lyme's disease, or there's so many different autoimmune diseases, but so that's where we got the definitive result.
Wow.
So your daughter, how old is she now?
She's 17.
17. So roughly 3 years?
Yeah, we're 2.5 years.
2.5? Is she still mobile?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So I feel like at first with the diagnosis we went through our ebbs and flows, but now she did a research trial. The medication didn't work, so she got pulled. So now she's on a different one that seems to be working perfectly. I feel like she's before diagnosis.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's the hard part with MS. It ebbs and flows. You could go 5 years and not have anything, and then boom, something causes it to rear its ugly head.
And the research I've done, I've seen that there's sometimes a lot of pain involved with this disease.
It's your nerves, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. I don't. I don't know.
Well, there's
I've never.
things called a MS hug where you get rib, pain here.
Okay.
Or if you put your head all the way down, you'll get a shooting pain down your spine.
And has she experienced some of these things?
Yeah,
Okay.
early on.
Is she doing better now? Okay.
Yep.
And what is it because of a medication that she's on that she's doing better?
Yes. And so another unfortunate thing with pediatric MS, there's only one medication approved by the FDA that pediatric patients can take. So that's why we went the research trial route, because the trial was to get 2 adult MS medications approved for pediatric patients. But unfortunately, we don't know what she was on, but it just wasn't working.
Okay.
So now she's on a off-label until she turns 18, and then the door opens.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so you are under like restrictions based on the age then as well.
Yeah, which is like she's probably at full, she's not growing anymore.
Yeah.
So it's kind of frustrating.
That
but
would be very frustrating.
yes.
Yeah. So you said there's different kind of symptoms for MS. Is there also different treatments other than medication?
Yeah, a lot of people do dietary, like
Okay.
the Mediterranean diet. They say is very good for MS. There's a lot of not medication routes. Like for her, she's getting an infusion, so she goes to the hospital and sits there for 6 hours and gets an infusion. Otherwise, there's pills, and yeah, there's a wide variety once you're 18.
Okay.
Is it common for people to experience it like as a child, or is it typically like people are older before they start seeing symptoms?
Now that I'm part of like this community, I see a lot of younger kids being diagnosed, but I don't know if that's just because we've come a long way with the research and just awareness of it.
Sure.
But yeah, and that too, like getting awareness that this could be, a younger person. It's not just a 40 and up disease. It does affect younger individuals, and right now there is no cure.
I have to imagine that there's a lot of effort to find a cure. There's like, how big is the community?
I feel like there's not a lot of awareness for it, but I was very hopeful. I don't know if you're a football fan of Fernando Mendoza. His mom has MS. I don't know if you followed that.
Okay.
And I was just like, oh my gosh, now we're getting on a national scale, because he won the Heisman and then they won the championship. So that was very hopeful that now we'll get like a little more traction, a little more awareness, a little more people getting involved and helping, research and just getting the word out that this is a disease that affects, and I believe Wisconsin is one of the the highest cases in the nation with MS.
That is so interesting.
Wow.
Right. Yeah. And
I was going to say, is there anything like going into, like, is there an environmental thing? Is it cheese related? Is
it could be.
Beer and cheese.
Exactly.
Well, there's lots of theories with like the vitamin D
Okay.
deficiencies.
Oh.
But you would think like even like northeast would have
That
the
even
same-
more northern,
Yeah.
you'd think that Alaska, north of the Arctic Circle, would be a massive hotbed with 6 months of
They
little
only have
sun.
12
Right.
people there, though. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm assuming, there is research being done trying to figure out, is it environmental? I've heard lots of theories that mono is one of the triggers. So basically, what we were told, and I'm not a doctor, this is just to our case, this was in our daughter's genetic makeup, and something caused it to come out. So, and a lot of people say the mono virus, a lot of people who have MS had mono
Could just be
at
a
some
key.
point in their
It's a
life.
trigger, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
something
just-
that activates something
Right.
as your body fights that off. Okay.
Yeah, because I've heard a lot of kids now with diabetes, which is also autoimmune, and like with COVID and everything, it seemed like it kind of spiked
Really?
cases in that. So,
Wow.
Could
yeah, I
have
don't
been
know.
a triggering thing.
Right.
About-
Yeah.
You mentioned genetics. Do you have any other children?
Yes, I have 2 boys.
2 boys. Is there a concern then that, like, is it common for families to have multiple family members with MS?
Yeah, they kind of told us it wasn't necessarily genetic. Like,
Okay.
Like we were carriers and we passed this on. I think it's more of just coincidence.
Just a shake of the
Unfortunate.
dice, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just that's unfortunate. I am so sorry that you are going through this. However, with the support that we're talking about, let's everybody get together. Like, look at this barcode, scan it with your phone, donate and give to finding out more and try to reach a cure for this disease,
And I will be reaching out to other YouTubers, and I'm reaching out to a bunch of distilleries, and everybody's going to be sending in, not everybody, but a bunch of distillers are sending in some bottles. We're going to have some raffles at ARA's every Wednesday in March.
This being the awareness month, I guess, so in beyond this, what we're talking about, what other things or where can people go to look for resources or for other things to support other events you may have going on this month?
Facebook is a good place. There's a page called Greater Milwaukee Multiple Sclerosis Community. And they have a bunch of events in March. One of the more fun ones for me, it's at Blue at the Pfister on March 10th. The home will be lit up orange for MS. And then also the U.S. Bank building and a couple other buildings will illuminate in orange.
That's cool.
To celebrate MS awareness. And then also just the National MS Society page. You can go to the Milwaukee chapter and get a lot of information. And then I'll have you share all the events that's going on. There's Ultimate Confections for the whole month. They're doing 50% goes to MS Society for their peanut butter crisp chocolate. And then Carrie's Krispies. I don't know if you've ever heard of that. They're doing for the whole month of March, they're doing a special Rice Krispie for
That's
MS
awesome.
Society.
I'm going to become aware of it because it sounds delicious.
Yes, lots of food motivated.
I was gonna say we that was the dessert we had at our wedding reception here at Retzer for our Southern
Very nice.
reception. Yeah.
So you are aware of it.
I'm very aware of Carrie's Krispies.
Okay,
Yep.
very good. I use a Only Drams app, and it allows me to see all my bottles that I have. And there's an option to pick my pour. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this pick my pour, and whatever bottle shows up, the MSRP of it, I'm going to donate that to MS. Because if I can have a pour and enjoy it myself, I can also give to others that are, needing that kind of support. So that's my donation that I'm going to do. And so here's my random pour. Well, Jordan, thank you so much for coming out and helping make our viewers and listeners aware of this horrible disease. We all need to be more aware of it and just compassionate and give what you can.
Yeah. Don't think it's too little, because it's not.
Right.
If you can give $1, $5, that's just please give.
Exactly.
Or even just talking about it.
Yes. Just share the awareness to other people, so make them aware of it. So.
I think there's a walk. There's an MS walk, right?
Yes.
That I'm actually going to sign up for and actually do. So I'm looking forward to that.
That's May 3rd, and our team is keep on smiling.
Love it. Love it. And
Nice.
is that where the link actually goes to then?
It'll go to our team page.
Very good.
Yes.
Fantastic.
So let's help the team page. Let's help the awareness. Let's give. And thank you again, Jordan, so much. And I'm so sorry that you're going through this. However, it could be let's find the silver lining,
It could be worse.
Yes.
And if anything, my daughter is the strongest person you'll know. And if anything, this made her even stronger and more determined to not let this define her in any way. So I really appreciate you guys for giving me this platform to, share our story and just spread awareness. So
Thank you for sharing.
being part of this community, you guys are amazing. So I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Whatever we can do to help. Again, thank you, Jordan, so much. We're going to get into this tasting now, and cheers.
Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
So we're going to find out what 2025 Stagg is the best one.
So I believe the colors are going to be relatively similar on all of these stags. I don't think they're going to vary in color too much, and proof points are going to be relatively similar. They're going to be right around that 127, 130 range. 126, 130 range, I would assume, on all of these.
I think so. I mean, obviously, the mash bill is going to be the same.
Correct, mash bill 1.
What is the difference between the batches as far as, is it based on where the barrels are located in the rick
Pretty
house?
much correct, yeah. And,
Okay.
and everything's, they're pretty close to the vest on these, so they say anywhere between 7 and 9 years on these, is the
Right.
guesstimate, so.
Well, before I met Don, I thought that Stagg was Stagg, meaning there was just like no other options. And then I get brought into this world of, no, there's different batches, there's different years and all that stuff. So it's kind of interesting.
I definitely notice a little more kind of ethanol on 1. That kind of gets on the nose. It's got those bright red fruits, little maraschino cherry. Where 2, I could definitely get a little more oak, a little more depth. And then on the palate, I definitely got that caramel coming through on 3.
See, there's that's what I'm saying. Everybody goes, oh, it's Stagg. There's differences.
There is differences.
And I that's why I like the different batches, because, like pork chop. Shout out for pork chop. But if you want like this note, you go, oh, I like that note a lot. And then he goes, what about this? And he goes, like the 24A and D. He goes, you get the raspberry on the 24D, and then he goes, you get the cherry cola note on the A, and he goes, and mix them together. It's fantastic.
Wow.
It's like.
Since Ryan is new to this channel or the show, we'll have him start out with what he picks. Although I think I know because he did a great depiction of both of them. So let's start out with Ryan. Which one are you gonna pick?
Yeah, for me, I think 3 was kind of a slight edge. Both of the flavor profiles I really like. I enjoy that bright red fruit on a lot of pours that I get. I also enjoy that caramel a little more. For me, what kind of won it was the finish. So when I have the finish on both, with 1, that flavor was kind of gone, but the ethanol and the heat kind of lingered. But with 3, that heat was gone and it left with that nice caramel finish on there. That's what I got off the 2. So with that finish, I kind of lean towards 3.
Okay.
I'm also leaning towards 3. A lot of the things you said initially when I went from 1 was of course amazing. It's Stagg, and then I went over to 3. I'm like, oh, there's a little bit different up front. I couldn't even think of how to describe it. My main descriptions on here are 1, yum. 3,
Yum.
And I'm like, oh, after hearing, I'm like, oh, so I actually felt like I almost got a bit more of the slight sweetness, berryness in the aftertaste that left from 3, but that lingered there with some of the other vanillas and stuff like that more than 1. 1 almost up front I liked a bit better, but the lingering that I got from 3 gave me 3. That's what I'm going with.
I'm not changing it. I'm with 3 as well, but I just think 3 is a little more creamy. Going through it, 1's fantastic. I love that red fruit note in there and that berry note, and it is a little. But their Staggies are going to be a little punchier. They are a little higher in alcohol. But again, if we sat with this one and 1 was what we were drinking all night, I'd be fine with it. If you would want, you throw it on a block of ice or something, or just put a drop of water in it, it'd probably tame that. That heat a little bit, and it'd probably be right up everybody's alley. And for me, it's fine. But it just has that pop of that fruit note in there that I really like, in that berry note. But 3 is very creamy. Has that nice caramel in there, so I'm going with you two with 3 as well. So,
all right.
I don't know if you want to clean sweep it.
Oh no, I'm going the other way.
You're going 1.
I'm kidding.
Oh, all right.
I agree. I mean, there's a definite difference between them both. Like 1, I agree with Ryan, where maybe that is like a fresh crack, where it's like it's punching more. I mean, these are Staggs; they are higher proof, so you're gonna get that. Like usually Staggs are in the high 120s. Mm-hmm. So. But 3 doesn't really taste like it's a high proof. It's more about the different flavors you're getting out of it. You're getting more of the subtleties, the caramels, the just pleasant notes that Stagg typically brings. And that's why I'm also agreeing that 3 is the win for me. So here's to 3. Fantastic.
All right. 3 advances, 1 moves out.
That's right. Now we get to taste 2 other
2
Staggs.
and 4. I love today.
Oh, my goodness. You're not lying.
You guys start going. I'm going to take my last second to go in.
And you're the extra vote anyway.
All right. Yeah.
So I'll jump in. I'm listening to you guys. I do agree with what you're saying. I'm not getting that whipped, like, creamy thing from 2. Okay. I am getting, I want to say grains, but it's, like, not unpleasant grains. Like, you're getting what you should get from a distilled grain product,
Okay.
It's good proof level. My gums and my teeth are just numb. My tongue is numb because these are all high proof. Yeah. With 4, I'm getting, and you guys said raspberry, I'm getting definitely a dark fruit.
Okay.
And I really, really enjoy that dark fruit. And I'm picking 4 because I love it, and I love the taper off. As far as the finish goes, it's just I'm really a big fan of 4.
I'm right there with you, though. I think, just kind of my description earlier, I think 4 had that complexity and a little bit better flavor for me. I love those red fruit notes. And, I mean, both 2 and 4 I thought were really, really good. And it was a tough call, but I think 4 is my go-to as well.
I'll put 4 up as well, so I don't know. You can go ahead and have whatever you want to say, but it's 3 4s to your whatever. I mean, I
2 clean sweeps in a row.
I'm literally trying to find a difference. Went back. I'm like, ooh, you know what? That is a bit of a little cherry taste on my tongue. I'll go back to 4. Do I get that there? Son of a bitch! I got a hit of a cherry. It's a bit of a different, maybe a cherry with a bit of raspberry. So now it's a matter of like. So let's make it a clean sweep. I will go. I thought of being just to give 2 votes for 2, but I'm gonna go clean sweep because that little cherry raspberry that I got at the end of that with that big swig. But yeah, I'll go 4 clean sweep.
Before we
there's-
do cheers, I
there's
do
no
want to
losing.
say I'm very entertained by Chris, your inner struggles.
He's winning today. He's winning.
I'm winning.
Winning.
So here's the 4.
All right, 3v4.
It's like, oh, I got to choose between a Powerball $2 million lottery
Yeah, right?
winner or a Mega Millions $2 million Powerball
Yes,
winner.
yes. We're all winning.
All right, 3 and 4.
3 and 4. And let's pause a little bit. We're going to do
go.
some dad jokes. And Ryan, you're the new one, so you're going to start it out.
Oh boy.
I know. Make sure it's a good one. A lot of pressure.
All right.
No, they're not. None of them are good ones.
That's the pressure.
That is the pressure.
This one's actually somewhat good. I like this
okay.
one.
Oh.
What did Santa say when he fell down the chimney backwards?
What did Santa say?
Oh, oh, oh.
I like
That's not bad.
I like that.
That was actually pretty
It's
good.
all in the delivery.
Yeah, it's not the book, it's the delivery.
Yeah, there you go.
We've been doing it wrong this whole time. Son of a bitch, right? Just needed Ryan to step in and do
Yeah,
it right.
there you go.
All right, this is absolutely a dad joke. Old Matt, windy today. Old Jim, no, it's Thursday. Old Bob, so am I. Let's go get a milkshake.
That's like the game telephone, right?
Man.
Start with 1.
Yep.
Why is basketball such a messy sport?
Is basketball a messy sport?
Because everybody dribbles on the floor.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Someone had to have the worst joke of the day.
I just, I might be sick after that one. I better drink some more stuff.
Okay. here's one.
Accents.
Yeah. A rope walks into a bar. The bartender squints at him and says, "A rope? We don't serve your kind here. Get out."
Oh boy.
The rope goes outside, ties himself into a bow, messes up his edges, and walks back into the bar. "Aren't you that rope that just came in here?" the bartender asks. "Nope," says the rope. "I'm afraid not."
Man. Wow.
So Chris, like it's a play on like I'm afraid not, and also like the type of. Oh, you do get it.
I got it.
Okay.
He's winning! Winning!
Oh no.
Winning!
I got it. So before we I'm gonna guys go and keep smelling tasting.
Oh,
I just
boy.
wanted to ask Todd, so you had mentioned, which I did not know, that Buffalo Trace is a big supporter of
yes.
for MS support research, I assume, all that, their donations.
Just charity support, yep.
How did you find out about that? Was it just on their site? Is there other stuff that they've done, or
By just searching what bourbon companies give to MS, that's how I found out that Buffalo Trace is a very giving organization and a company.
Big shout out to them for
absolutely.
supporting that.
Definitely.
Seriously.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Yep.
And every other distillery that does it
Correct.
too.
Thank you all the distilleries that donate and take your time to do that. We really appreciate it.
Exactly. And you mentioned shout out, so I'm just going to get right into the shout out. The shout out today is going to be for Kennedy Luke, and she is the one that is actually going through this right now. And God bless. We hate that you're going through this. Stay strong, stay positive. Be the best version of yourself you can be. We are going to try to support you.
we're behind you, support you, and in 4
Yep.
years, if you want to have a taste of bourbon of Stagg with us,
You're always welcome.
Yeah.
Yep. And the more people that know about this, the more the word gets out there, the bigger this community becomes to really support and stand behind you.
Yep.
So that's what it's all about. It's about supporting everybody that's going through this. Because there's a lot of other people that don't know about it or are just getting that diagnosis now, and they're looking for resources. The community's out there, and it's important to stand behind everybody.
Because it can reach out and affect anybody at any
Exactly.
time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah, coming down to 3 and 4, like
Yep.
I'm getting pretty low on both of these.
Ooh.
that's
So
it gets difficult.
Both of them, I mean, I'm going back and forth. Like they're both really, really fantastic. I think. And these were very different again. Where 3, I am getting those kind of that caramel note still that we had before. Where 4, I'm getting that kind of red raspberry.
Berry note. Yeah.
So for me,
What's your flavor? You
I
know,
mean, I'm
it's-
ready to kind of make my call on this one. I don't know about you guys, But for me, 4 is really just kind of coming through. I love that red raspberry note. It's not super young and fresh. It's got that depth to it, and that note lingers.
Oh yeah, it sets up real nice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's.
Do you want to pick then down next?
So I'm gonna go with 4 over 3 slightly, and I agree with what you're saying. Do you want this caramel punch in the face, or do you want this raspberry ride? And
Yeah,
man,
exactly.
For today, I'm gonna go with the raspberry, and I'm gonna go with 4 because I think that is the berry dark fruit punch that I'm looking for today. So I'm gonna go with 4.
Chris, with that extra vote, do you disagree or agree with what's being said?
Again, I will say now I'm actually. This is where it's great. People go and say things. I'm like, oh, I am noticing that. So I did notice now on through this time, like, all right, I am getting that kind of like caramel there with it. Whereas 4, I did have that, that little cherry kind of raspberry almost.
Still very yum, though.
It is, and I'm really torn because I know normally when I've gone and picked, like when we pick Stagg for the yearly winner, and other times, it is that sweetness and that caramelly and vanilla that I really love. I'm gonna make Todd be the breaker. I'm gonna go with 3. I'm gonna go with that caramely.
Oh,
Now, thank you. Now the struggle is real for me because it really does come down to 2 Staggs, obviously. And what batch is it? Was one open before? Was it not? I don't know, but 4 is more of a dark berry, which is a delicious dark berry, and 3 is more of a caramel and like a brown sugar. So it's like, do I want more of the candied or do I want more of the dark, like bold fruits? Which both of them I can defend. I can sit there and say
There is no bad choice.
No, there's no bad choice.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
like, what do I prefer?
Yeah.
And I love, Chris, that you are defending 3 because I do love that caramel thing. And when I think of a Stagg, I do think of traditional bourbon notes that I just absolutely love. In this instance, I don't know if it's the time of day, the time of year, whatever it is, but I'm feeling more of like a dark berry desire, and 4 does that for me. So I'm picking 4. So here's a 4.
All
right.
Well, I'm super curious what 1 was, so let's figure it out. And 1, it feels lighter. So I don't know.
What's it on the bottom?
It is not a fresh crack.
So what's it on the bottom there?
25D.
Oh,
Okay, that is the D.
So
there
D
you go.
first, like grade.
There you go.
Grade is a D.
There you go.
All right, so next would be 2.
Next was 2.
This is 2.
So then 2 went up against 4, right? And that one we had a more difficult time deciding, right?
Correct.
Because it was like they were
Yes.
closer together.
Yep.
And this one is, I think this was the fresh
On the
crack.
bottom there.
That looks like the
So this is
first.
25B.
25B.
And this is a 126.9 proof, so it's 3 proofs lower than what 1 was.
Yep.
So it really came down to 3 and 4, and 3 I think was more of a traditional bourbon note, and so 3 ended up being the
A.
That is the A.
That is the
25A. So is your theory right then? You were considering this?
No, he said A was the one he thought was the winner.
Oh, okay.
No, it was the winner. He thought, 4 was A. Wow.
Yep.
And this is a 126.5, so it's only 0.4 different than what number.
Yep. So they're usually right between 126 to 130.
Yeah. I just had another sip of that. It's delicious. Man, I could have gone either way. But the winner ended up being the 4th.
So this will be the C.
This will be
That's
the
all
C.
that's left.
Yep.
And let's find out what the proof level was. It is the C. It is 125.6. So this was
did it come
actually
under. All right.
the-
So it's the lowest proof.
the lowest proof. So Chewy likes low proof.
There you go.
We really do want to bring it back down to the fact that it's March, it's MS awareness. We want everybody to give a little bit, please.
Give what you can.
Just give what you can. It's a very, very important cause. People are truly affected by this disease, and we really want to get it eradicated. Get it out of here.
Yep.
F cancer, F MS,
Yep.
F all this shit.
You got that right.
Yeah.
And it's all ages that are affected too.
And
it's-
if you didn't,
Yeah.
the video we had with Jordan being here and saying that for whatever reason, Wisconsin has one of the highest concentrations.
Correct.
of it, which
Yep.
is also why their team basically won in that MS walk competition. They had the largest group, the largest contingency that showed up. But yeah, for whatever reason, it is a larger amount here. So the bulk of our viewers are all from around here. So either you may know someone or someone you know may know someone. But hey, it's a bit closer to home. So
Correct,
yeah,
yep.
take a
Yep.
look into it, see what you can do.
Yep, give what you can, please.
Make sure Wisconsin's not known as being the highest percentage of people with it. Let's make Wisconsin known as the highest percentage of donors and
Correct.
givers.
Yep, let's
and
give.
do what you
Yep.
can, because
Yep, please
we're all
do.
Wisconsin proud, America proud. Do what you can. Thank you guys so much for listening and watching.
Give Wisconsinably.
Give. And make sure you
I like that.
subscribe, like and subscribe. Thank you so much.
Give Wisconsinably.
Give Wisconsinably. I like that. We are a giving state, man.
That actually is fucking amazing. That is a t-shirt you could go and get made, and you'd have they would go and sell it down at whatchamacallit.
Oh, Drink to Wisconsin. I should tell them.
Give
Yeah.
Wisconsinably.
Give Wisconsin. Oh my God, that is absolutely do a fundraiser there and have Give Wisconsin. They could really do it for everything.
Oh, for everything. You just change the color to shirts for every month of the fucking
That
thing.
is 100%.
Wisconsin is.
Said, Don.
And it's off mic. However, I might
just
be
became
That's
a.
fine.
We can go back on. Do you want to go back on and do it? I mean,
And
It was
that's
said, it's recorded,
all right.
so it might be in the out.
And I'm including in that when you said things while Todd was getting water, and then I stole your stuff word for word to act like I feel about that. No one knows you get on song.
That was fantastic.
So, yeah.
I loved it.
Right? That's hilarious.